King and queens, I hope everybody's doing good, doing great, taking care of your health, staying to yourself. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the hype button, pop your ish in the comment section. I will be checking. Keep it respectful, no disrespecting. Remember, a slow grind is better than no grind. We got Jew Almighty, and I think he's gonna say a lot of things that I can agree with. Discussing this Savannah thing, being on podcasts, I personally just think it's a great thing when these popular wives to these athletes just kind of stay in the shadows. And if you're gonna do a podcast, you're just gonna have to walk, I ain't gonna say on eggshells, but you gotta just tread lightly. Things you say and how you maneuver, because it can always look crazy on both ends. Most people are gonna be like, wait, oh, LeBron let this go on? And it's gonna be too, why is Savannah doing this? Why are you moving like this? Knowing, it's just sometimes certain things can be questioned, and you don't want the speculation and people being all in your business, all in your comments, being judgy. But I mean, that's what it is once you jump on one of these platforms. But yeah, let's get into this video.
Savannah James popped up on the Poor Minds podcast.
Dre in the thong, Savannah in the thong, I'm in the thong. It's gonna be one horny ass nigga be like, I want her in the tuxedo. Yeah. What's under there?
And a lot of people's antennas went up because Savannah James, who is a wife to a billionaire and one of the greatest basketball players in history, taking part in a conversation.
That just means a man wants a woman that's covered up. Why did you try to make that a negative? Why did you try to flip that and make it seem as if that was a bad thing? That's a good thing. A man is more curious. And that right there alone is a perfect example of why men love a woman that's more covered up, more conservative. It keeps the interest there. It's more of an interesting thing versus you presenting yourself naked. I can already see what I'm getting. There's nothing to the imagination at all. And some men love the imagination. There's still some of us out there that care about that. Not all of us are just horn dogs. And then you women want respect. You guys ask for respect, but don't present respect. If you dressing provocative and dressing like a streetwalker, what am I going to think? I'm going to think prostitution. I'm going to think you want a fee to get in the sheets. I'm not going to think queen. I'm not going to think, oh, I want to get to know her. No, I want to see what it's talking about.
That seems off-brand from what people just envision her to be.
They say, what's up? You. Although we are big women now, I think y'all are forgetting, like, we used to work in the club.
In the strip club.
It had a lot of people talking online.
You ain't been outside, my outside, Savannah.
But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub.
Same here. Why do she need to be in a club and outside? That's the blessing that she was able to, come across. That's a good thing.
Now, let's get into it.
Me and all my friends matching outfits. I get sent to the office and they're like, well, you got this on. Your shirt is too tight. We all got tight shirts on. I just got titties. Yeah. I got a little ass. So I'm used to being categorized by that. So me changing my style wasn't necessarily to fit in a particular class. It was more so like, girl, wear what makes you comfortable. If I want to wear my ass out tonight, I just might. I might be feeling a little.
But if a guy addresses you in a certain type of way because your body is out, right? Like, oh, what's up?
He gonna do that anyway, though.
Nobody's saying that.
They do be saying that.
Yes, they do.
That whole conversation is just weird to me. She brought up a point that men will probably address you more disrespectfully if you're wearing more revealing clothes. Like the woman Lex P saying, if she wanted to wear her ass out, she would wear her ass out, which means you would get more attention or.
And you know this. With you knowing, because Savannah said they wouldn't say that. She said, yes, they would. So with you knowing how men already react to seeing you half naked with your cheeks hanging out, to avoid that, why not do the opposite? Why not cover your cheeks? Why not dress more conservative but still classy? You can still dress sexy and cover up. You don't have to have your breasts hanging out, your nipples showing through the shirt. You don't have to have your cheeks hanging out of the dress or your shorts. You can still be fly and look good and look like a presentable queen and still feel sexy and still look sexy. I mean, some of the outfits is just outrageous. Let's be clear about it. Two things you can control: your actions and the way you speak. One thing you can't control is somebody's reaction. You could if you change the way you presented yourself. You could change a person's reaction to what you dress, like if you change the way you dress.
Different kind of attention or a different intensity of attention than you would if you were wearing regular clothes, which is definitely true. I think anybody should be able to recognize that. But then it gets weird when she says men are going to do that anyway, talking about just walking up to a woman and talking about, are you no matter what they're wearing or where they're at. I'm 100% sure there are some men out there that are disrespectful, that catcall, that don't know what to say out their mouth, that don't know how to take rejection, and it goes left real fast.
Get mad because I want to get my... Look at him following me. Look at him following me, though. Petty.
What you talking about? Look at me follow you. I'm trying to chop it up.
Okay, but I told you I wasn't interested. I wasn't interested. You sit here following, walking me out.
No way you can't be interested.
Okay, listen, dude, go on.
But on a general level, men aren't disrespectful when they see a woman fully dressed carrying herself a different way. You're just not going to see a woman walking down the street in normal clothes and yell out, hey, you who does that? And I'm not saying it's right, but if somebody is wearing way more revealing clothes, again, like she said, has her ass out, I do think that invites a different energy.
Be saying that.
They do be saying that.
Yes, they do.
You ain't been outside to my outside, Savannah. You be ducked off in the booth.
Yes.
I be in the middle of the dance floor.
A lot of people felt like they were taking shots at Savannah right there, talking about you ain't been outside in a long time. Why would she be outside? She's married to one of the two greatest basketball players ever. They've been together since high school. Why would she be outside or have any connection to any of the bird shit that they're talking about? Which is why so many people were wondering why she's on this podcast in the first place.
We are business women.
Say,
now.
what's
Yes.
up, you although we are business women now, I think y'all are forgetting, like, we used to work in the club.
In the strip
like, we
club
used to
at
be
that.
bartenders and waitresses at the strip club.
Yeah.
So maybe this has an effect on how y'all dress and operate, which would give you, I would say, more of an idea, more of an incentive to want to dress and carry yourself better, because you know what it's like when you don't. You know what it's like in a club environment. And also, too, maybe don't go to a club unless you're hosting and getting paid for it. Other than that, why are you in a club? What's the point of being in a club? I don't know, man. My idea on clubs is a little different.
And give that context before you make a generalized statement, because no women are walking down the street and men are just grabbing them or yelling, are they f***ing? If they're walking down the street in regular clothes, work clothes, they're talking about working in a strip club wearing nothing, basically, because even the other women that work in the strip clubs, the bartenders, the servers, still have to wear revealing clothes. I'm not saying it's right that men holler at anybody disrespectfully, but you can understand the situation, the environment.
And then think about alcohol being involved. I don't care what y'all say. Alcohol will move your spirit. If you're not a strong-minded person already and you drink alcohol, alcohol will move. So I look at it the same way I look at bread. Whoever you are before that is who you are 10 times after that. So whether you got, a person that don't have bread and they egotistical, they corny, they lame, they penny pinching, ready to give money to a chick, whatever, it's only going to enhance once they get the bread. The same thing with a person that's aggressive, angry, upset, sexual. It's only going to enhance once you consume alcohol.
A little bit more. Which again, why is somebody like Savannah even sitting here participating in this conversation? Because her life experience is completely different than anything they're talking about.
Yes.
So, like, first of all, the outfit itself is like scantily clad. Like, your ass is out. You got on some fishnet leggings. You got on like a little thong bodysuit.
Oh, I would be stressed.
Yeah. So
Oh,
men
my God.
automatically.
I was having fun.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun.
In another life.
In another life.
In another life, Savannah, you will be working in a strip club when you're not married to the GOAT, or you're not a billionaire, or you haven't raised kids that are in the NBA or going to the NBA. Why is she on this podcast? Where's LeBron at?
Keep your wife off the motherfucking internet. Why does your wife have a microphone in her face?
Where's Bron?
Another life.
It was fun. Another life you'd have been in there having your time.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with her having a pod. I just think certain topics, of course, is going to make people feel a certain way. But I'm going to say this. I'm just doing a reaction. But if my woman, I'm a billionaire, millionaire, whatever, 100,000-aire, and my woman want to get a podcast, I'm going to let her do it. I'm going to let her rock out. But of course, we're going to have conversations about certain topics, because that's just what it is. But I would love to give the freedom to my woman to do whatever she want to do without her feeling like she's in bondage and she's in shackles and chains, because she's, in a relationship and she's my woman and my wife. I would not want to put restrictions on what, she does, but certain things we got to talk about and discuss. Right now, I don't think Savannah is representing LeBron in a bad way. It's just about the conversation that other women are having, and Savannah is the bigger name in the room. So, of course, she's going to get penalized and looked at. But this right here is really not that bad to me. I wouldn't mind my woman being in the room and they talk about this, because I know my woman going to, fire back and have some real dope stuff to say. So this ain't really that bad.
I would have been in that.
Behind in the corner.
It was a good
I'm
time.
gonna count the cash. Y'all ain't gonna have me out there with no thong. I'ma fight the niggas. I'ma get the security. I'ma count the cash.
No.
I can't shake for no tips. No, and you tapping my ass and talking about, hey, no.
We used to be thonged up, April. We was going thong for thong.
And y'all are in an environment where men have alcohol in their system. They're either angry or sexual. And they're looking at y'all. They either mugging other dudes or looking at women walking by with the cheeks out. So, of course, they're going to have that on their mind. They're going to say rude things. They're going to be touchy-feely.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my God.
It was a good time, though.
Yo, what would the men do
when you're in
Savannah would have been making the drinks with me. For sure.
I was like, okay, let me collect the tip.
Okay, yeah, see that right there? Nah. It was the fun. See, now you bull crapping. Now you playing.
Yeah.
She a money counter. She got her tuxedo on the back.
It's running credit cards.
But you know what's crazy? Let me tell
when
you.
you're in those spaces, I think men look at you all the same.
Yeah, when you're in a strip club working wearing nothing, men look at you like you're in a strip club working wearing nothing. So of course they're gonna holler at you completely different, which again completely changes the context of what I think her name was Lex P said at the beginning of men hollering at them disrespectfully. You're talking about a completely different environment.
So like they think we own what the strippers own, even though we not dancing.
Yeah, I can see, but if I'm a nigga, I would think that too.
So they be like, what's up? You trying to?
She got some common sense right here. You see how quiet Savannah is? She has nothing to add to this conversation. I get there.
And that's what I was gonna say too. For the most part, Savannah just quiet. Like she'll chime in every now and again and say a little bit of, but she ain't really. But homie, old girl right here on the left, she really hold it down. She like, nah, I couldn't do it. Different situation, different circumstances, different people. You know what I mean?
All probably the same age, in the same age group. But sometimes your life experience and where you are in life removes you from environments or conversations like this.
But this is how men are. Us four could be behind the bar, right? And you're say you the money counter, Dre in the thong, Savannah in the thong, I'm in the thong. It's gonna be one horny ass nigga be like, I want her in the tuxedo.
Yeah.
What's under there? You I need to see. I need to see. So it don't matter. Are you?
No, it does matter though. And that's why y'all have this mindset. Y'all think if I cover up, men are gonna think this way. If I dress like this, no. You will have 80 to 90% of men respecting you more if you covered your body versus if you were exposing yourself. How does that not make sense to y'all? And this woman logic that y'all have is bullcrap. Y'all gotta get out of that. Men are gonna always go for the woman that's more covered up and served because it's a mystery. There's mystery to what's going on. I don't want my woman out. And then how I meet you is probably more than likely how you're gonna be throughout the relationship. So if I meet you half naked and I'm telling you, hey babe, you think you can, cover up a little bit, you gonna say, well, when you met me, this how I was already So I'm gonna meet you covered up and conservative. Then if you start to slip and go another route, I can say now, hey, I didn't meet you like this. I met you covered up. I met you, again, conservative. I met you respectful. Who is this that you now present? Who is this that you showing to me now? This is not the same person I met. Y'all got to be careful, man.
I know you a freak because you got the Carnival's on.
You trying to be different.
I'm telling you, so that is my point. They gonna do it anyway, and that's why I said I've always kind of like dressed for myself or whatever I'm feeling in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care if I am class. I don't really want men talking to me anyway. I'm a person like I have a very low tolerance for men a lot of the time.
And that's bottom line is that's what it is. It all comes down to that. Most of these women don't like men. Most of these women just don't like men. They only like what a man can do for them. That right there, she just said it. Ma'am, you're an attractive woman, nice skin. I think she got a BBL. What are you talking about? You got this high energy and they're going to be drawn to you. And then you say something like that. But then most of the time when them women work in environments where men are just throwing cash because they look appealing, that's what they're there for. They're not there because they like men. They're not there because they want to, cater to men and see how a man's minds work and so on and so forth. No, they just there for the bread. Most of those environments are, I hate a man, I just want the money type of environment. And that creates that mindset. And it just continues to go and grow. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below, man. All right, hello or goodbye. Talk to me. Do not yell at me. We elevate until we hit our head. We ain't bleeding yet. Spread love, not hate. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Be great. Gone. Almost spilled my drink.